Welcome to another impromptu Javier Mendez podcast brought to you from Dubai, not Chicago. We're always coming from a new location, it's just a traveling show. But you just been there. How is jet lag treating you in Dubai now that you've landed in camp a few days off? Tough.
Yeah, I still got it. I had a hard time because I tried to stay up when I got here and I didn't manage to do it. So after that, I kept waking up every 2 hours wide awake. Then I try to get back to sleep wide awake. So I'm still doing that now. Today was the best day because I was able to, I stayed in the room all day, wait one time, and that's it. So it worked out better today, but I'm still tired.
That's cool. So today was the day off. It's been a busy camp. Looks like you have a huge crew. Is this the biggest amount of team you've been there for this fight, or?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's at least ten more guys and studs that are involved in this camp compared to last camps. Yeah, and there's a bunch of new people, and but all the old guys are coming too. I just saw them come in today just to come watch the fights. So it's like a whole team. Not the whole team because there's over 100 of those guys, but there's at least 30 plus guys here, fighters. That are here supporting Islam. Pretty impressive.
So he's got, I mean, last time you were down, you guys fought Volk. That's a good point to bring up because the training that was available, I mean, he's got Khabib to grapple with. Yes, the guy that was with them last time was good, but you guys were traveling like the Diet Coke version of Islam's team, a fraction, a tenth, when you guys went down under to fight, if I recall.
Yeah, but there's no excuse there. No, we were ready. We only went through it 3 weeks, so no, we were fine. That wasn't an issue. If we're gonna say anything was an issue there, there's only one thing, only one, and
Mhm.
that was because he does cut an enormous amount of weight. Come fight time, Alex was actually 1 or 2 pounds heavier than he was because Islam didn't get to rehydrate completely. He lost 12 hours of rehydration time, which is normally he gets 36, but because of the time zone when it was aired, he got basically 24. So is that a difference? I don't know, but I could tell you this: that was the lightest he's ever entered a fight. Come fight time, he's never been that light. So he normally about 4 or 5 pounds heavier, and he wasn't. So did that make a difference? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just stating facts, but I'm not saying that that's the reason why he got tired. His reason for getting tired could have very easily been the other guy across from him, who's
Alexander
phenomenal.
Volkanovski could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Why did he have to fight the guy that made him tired? No.
yeah, yeah. It's like that.
I'm
That
just
could be the
asking
hundred
you
percent the reason.
from a fan perspective, from
Yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Well,
like
well,
looking at from performance. Like if I'm looking at two cars, if I race you this time, I got good gas in the tank. That's just how I think. One little
well,
edge.
it's one of the questions I've been doing a lot of interviews. A big question is always how impressive is the Alex taking this fight at short notice, and I'm just like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't understand that question because it's like he's such a dangerous opponent, and Islam has to be ready for anybody that comes his way. So that's our job. Whoever they put in front is okay, but to make it look like Alex is doing this Superman type thing, it's like bullshit. Because number one, he has nothing to lose. He's already lost to Islam one time. Okay, they already has a loss.
Mhm.
So what does he have to gain? Millions of dollars he's going to get for stepping up on short notice. And what if he pulls upset?
Right.
He got everything to gain. If he loses, what does that mean? He's already lost. Who cares? No one's going to care. They're going to say, "Oh, he did his best. He went out there." If I was his coach, I'd say, "Go out there and go after this guy. Don't be relentless. Be relentless because you have nothing to lose, zero to lose. If he
Yeah.
loses the fight, it doesn't mean nothing. Islam loses the fight, he loses his title. Volkanovski loses the fight, he doesn't lose his title. He still has his title.
Yeah,
And
he's
if he
not he's not
wins,
putting his
yeah,
title on the line. That would make
no.
things a little more even. That would certainly change the maybe next round, maybe we could no. Maybe
No,
that
it's
discourse
it's
changes. Not
it's
that
like
Volkanovski would make excuses. I'm not saying he
it's
would.
like it's no no. It's like,
No.
look, listen. Sometimes you get these great things that are just hitting your lap. You take them.
Right.
DC, he got offered to fight the Black Beast on really short notice, And because it was Derek Lewis, we took it like within a week's notice. And what happened? DC goes out and destroys him in the second round. Because it was a favorable matchup. Well, for Volk, he's already faced Islam. So what's he afraid of? Nothing.
Right.
So what's he losing? Nothing. What's he gaining? Everything.
Right.
You know, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about what Islam has to lose, because if he beats him, you know, like I know he's going to, everybody's going to say, well, you know, he took it on short notice. What if he had a full camp? Then what? It's like, man, it's like,
yeah.
it's
If he would have only eaten sandwiches this camp instead of having, you know, salads, then it would have been different. You know, it's always some metric. I'm asking even myself. I was guilty of or started that conversation. Well, now he gets to rehydrate. I'm excited because I know that. See, I know that Islam's cardio is far beyond what we saw in that fight, and that was the, you know, it could have been 10 or 15% more that would have like made it look a lot more even. I think would it just look like more even, and we still would have get controversy because he does have that type of a fan base.
His cardio was good. You know, it did at the very end, at the fifth round, it did kind of just flat out on him. I don't know the answer. You know, I'm not going to say it was due to the hydration period. He needed another 12 hours. I don't know. I don't know if it's because he was lighter. I don't know. You know, but Alex has a lot to do with it too, and that's what I'm saying. Was it all Alex? I don't know.
He's got the highest percentage of anything to do with it. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's if I'm not to say anything, he had the highest percentage to do with it. Correct. So, but this time we're gonna have 36 hours. So whatever. Let's see what happens. Maybe he gets tired again. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I have no idea. I just know he got tired, and Alex capitalized, and he did fantastic the last 50 seconds. You know, but before that, I tell people, man, if you think he won, turn off the music. Don't be biased by the crowd, and then look at it and see how much of the fight he won. You'll see he won the last 50 seconds or so of the last round, maybe less than 50 seconds, but that's all. He didn't win any round other than that, in my eyes. He did not.
Well, it's funny because Joe Rogan disagreed with us on that method. I'm like, really? Okay. Everyone's getting an opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe's got his opinion. He's got a right to his opinion. Not a big deal.
I agree. I agree. I'm not going to
I disagree with him. That's all.
I'm still going to listen to him. I'm still listening to his podcast, but I mean, doesn't mean I agree with everything. I can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay.
Maybe I'm being biased too. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people will say, "Hey, you're being biased." That could be true. Could be. It could be. When it's your baby, you always favor your baby. That's just the way it goes, you know?
Right. That's how life is. You missed out on a fantastic boxing match of Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul.
Or no, I didn't.
No, you watched it?
I didn't miss. No, I didn't watch it. What the hell am I going to watch that for?
I was being ironic. Of course, it sucked.
When a guy goes out there and he does exhibition, he does grappling, he's making a mockery of boxing. You know, and to me, I read the thing. He hardly threw any punches at all. He was just covering up because he can't box.
Yeah,
box. Okay, he survived. And then what happens? He tries to go for a submission on him, a stupid, goofy move. And Logan punches him. Then he gets all like, now all of a sudden you're punching. Now you're punching. Now you're punching. What happened during the fight? Why don't you be a real man and fight when you're supposed to fight? Now you're punching after you did something stupid and you got put on the ground for it. I'll never watch that guy. I'll tell you what he is. He's a great marketer, fantastic marketer. He is unbelievable. To get this kind of attention, to get people talking about him, we're talking about him.
You made it.
Give him a lot of credit.
Looks like you made it.
No, not looks. He made it.
He did. I could say nothing is more. I gotta say that whole thing was an assembly of some of the most conniving work like you would see on a WWE of Hulk Hogan versus Alligator Man. I mean, all the buildup, all the scandal that, you know, nobody's in jail, nobody got arrested, nobody's, you know, in the hospital. It's all built up with intrigue. You got to say it was a work, man. And you got to say these two guys probably collaborated on building that whole show. It has to be a work.
I don't think so. I just think you don't need to do a work when you have someone like that on the other side. You know, you don't. You know, I mean, come on. The things he did with his girlfriend posting pictures, illicit pictures of her, and then she's. I mean, I think he's going to be in trouble. You'll be honest with you. I think the law is going to come after him, and he's going to get sued what he did to her because I don't think she's going to take it lightly. Just putting her out there like that, like she's like, hey, I'm a public property. I can go and just make you look like an idiot, and that's what he did. So I hope she gets him, to be honest with you, to teach people a lesson.
That would be that would put an end to my argument. That would put an end to my argument. I just feel like all the people involved are attention seekers on the internet, and so any kind of attention is attention. But I don't know.
No, he's a great marketer. He knows how to talk. He creates controversy. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. For a guy that doesn't fight, doesn't even do jiu-jitsu matches anymore. And I know he was pretty good at jiu-jitsu. But outside of that, in his 2 fights in Bellator, they were against nobody, people that anybody can beat with not much training. His skill level, his skill set in jiu-jitsu is super, super high level. So he didn't fight anybody. He didn't fight nobody. And now you talk yourself into a boxing match and you don't box, and then you go do demonstrations like WWE demonstrations. Like funny. I had no interest in it whatsoever. I'll never have interest in watching him fight. I'll watch the replay, like short replays, and whether he wins or not, but nothing more. Nothing more. But hey, kudos to him. He is a great marketer. He knows how to get attention. So he gets an A+ for that, hands down.
What's next for celebrity boxing? Are they going to call up you or professional ice skaters? You're on YouTube, Hav. I would have loved it. I would have loved it like even 5-10 years ago. Just send Hav in there.
Hey, you got to realize, when you get older, you're not who you think you are. You might mentally think you are, but you're not. So you see those versions of those old guys. They're like trying to fight, and they're throwing punches and they hit air and they spin 360 and they fall on their face, or they knock themselves out by punching and they fall straight forward. I mean that's. I'm sorry, but as you get older, that's us. We're not those guys anymore. We can't hang with those guys.
No,
we cannot. Cannot.
You
might think you can, but you can't.
Your old machismo just lies in the back of your brain. I still got it. Like,
you ain't got shit.
It's a dormant dream. It's a dormant dream running a loop on recording.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, you go against high competitive, real fighters or just real tough guys. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Use your brain. Your brain will get you out of this trouble versus your mouth and your physical ability. If you use your brain, you won't be in those situations where you have to use it. That's the whole idea behind learning how to fight, is not to fight, not to go out there and punch someone. Not to fight is the best way of learning. The art of not fighting, because
the art of communication. The art of communication is, and I think fighting starts on the street when you run out of intellectual options. When you're just like turned into a kid because you're embarrassed, your pride. Someone says something, you don't have a response. All of a sudden, you're like, violence. And that's just what happened
to me. That's what happened to me. That's when I was a young kid. When I came here to from Mexico, people would call me wetback and this and that, and I didn't know how to talk, back to them. So I fought. I fought. I threw punches because I didn't know how to physically. Outside of physically, I didn't know how to verbally talk back, and I basically fought. So I did fight when I came to the U.S. because of that reason, because I was being called wetback and being bullied and stuff. But other than that, once I learned English, that all stopped.
Yeah. You're like, wow, this is powerful. I don't have to go through all that again. That's crazy, Hav. I get it. So what do you think? I mean, like the camp is there. I saw Hasbullah. How's he doing? He's supporting you guys out there?
He's from Dagestan. He's from the Mahachkala, so he's from that town. So he's buddies with all those guys. So yeah, he comes down. He's a mega celebrity, I guess. And he's everywhere. Everybody wants to see Hasbullah. Everywhere wants Hasbullah to come around. So, he's a major celebrity. I don't know where he's at. I mean, he'll show up when he shows up. But
no, you're not following him around. He just pops up sometimes at the place that you're at.
No, I don't treat him any different than I do anybody else.
He's
a young man. He's a young man. I don't pick him up and go, oh, hug you. And I shake his hand. How are you doing? I mean, I goof around with him, but not like kitty goofing around,
Yeah,
like a man.
You got to realize that he's a man. He's a man. Yeah,
he's a man. He's a man, and he doesn't want to be treated like a kid. He hates that.
I can imagine. I bet that's tough. People make that mistake with you because it's just like some kind of psychological thing where you're.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like it at all. He's very moody. He's very moody. He's very moody. He's not. He's Hasbullah. That's why people actually be honest with you. He's not an act. So that's why people love him, because he's not an act. He's for real. He's for real.
His supposed opponent, Abdul Rozik, was over at the boxing match getting some attention, I guess.
See,
So,
Abdul Rozik, he is an actor. He is attention seeking. He'll play the part.
yeah.
He's not real. He's not real. He's not real like Hasbullah. Hasbullah is real, but Rozik, he'll go. Come on, bro, let's go. And it's awesome. It's incredible. But you got one guy that's real, the other guy that's playing, but he's real too.
Yeah.
Abu is real when it comes to Hasbullah. He really wants to fight him, but he's more of an actor. He'll go to an event. He'll play along. Hasbullah, he don't want to do nothing. He ain't doing it. And you got to accept that. He'll come in. Oh, you're supposed to do that. He all of a sudden, he don't want to be on his playing his video games and leave me alone.
He's more versed.
Thing about him. Well, he's real.
I'm saying Abdul Rose, he's more versed in stagecraft. He does professional acting.
By far.
Singing and acting and all that. Yeah.
Singing and acting. He's a little actor. He's good. He's good. Yeah. He's funny. He's funny.
You guys had a good little video a year ago or so last time you were out there. I remember.
Yeah, the burgers. At Barack's burger place. Yeah, he was there.
I bring up the video I saw the other day. What elbows? What the heck? You turned away, and then the bag was destroyed. Look at those elbows that Islam was throwing on that clip you put out the other day.
Yeah, I was noticing. I go, man, he's getting the elbow, the edge right on that bag. And I go, people don't want to see too much of that. And so I stopped and I turned around and I come back, the freaking bag split wide open. and I'm like, oh man. And so I refilmed it, to say, hey, this is what I missed, just for that reason, because he was hitting really nice with them elbows, bro. Yeah. Really, really nice. And as you know, elbows are really sharp.
Elbow's like a golf swing, right? If you hit an opponent with an elbow, hitting the perfect swing, the cutting, the slicing hit versus the impact, the blunt hit. It's really like, because you can throw as hard as you want, but if you could do just as much damage with a middle, I think.
Elbows are super sharp, bro. You can just do this. Just want to see that? This. And man, just slice someone up. Just like that. Look.
Wow.
It's that because they're that sharp. You don't need to do this. You just say, my hand, just doing that because I hit the bone, right? No, elbows are, man. These elbow expert guys, wow. Like I remember Tito Ortiz used to be great at ground and pound elbow work. He was a master at that.
He lived by that. What about did you have a fighter fighting this weekend?
No, I have 3 Khabib fighters fighting on. I have some AKA amateur guys fighting at Crown Fights, but no. This Tuesday coming up, I have Amaru, who's the main event at UAE Warriors.
Amaru, I didn't know it was on Tuesday. That's what threw me off. I thought it was in the weekend and I missed it.
No. This Tuesday, Amaru will be fighting. It's pretty good. He's the next superstar. You're
going to be going to that one, right?
Yes, I'll be there. We have 3 fighters. Habib wants me to help the guys, so I'll be in the corner.
So you finally figured out where the new dining room is now, because last time we didn't. We just went to the regular one when I visited you there. Like you were saying something in our video last time.
Yeah, it's right across. I didn't go there, but it's not where we're at. It's the next building.
So how would you rate overall? I mean, looking at Islam, it's been a while since you see him, so you really do get to see him complete when you've taken a step away. You can look at somebody objectively, I would say. Do you agree with that? Like you can see
he's better. He's better than he was last time. He's better. His technique's better. So attitude's the same. Technically is the same. The only issue is going to come down to one thing, in my opinion.
Okay.
Can Alex catch him? It's possible. You can catch him. If he catches him, you can hurt him. Anybody can get caught. So that's the issue. Can we avoid getting caught? Can we avoid not making any crucial mistakes? Right. And Alex is going to try like crazy. Trust me. If I'm in his corner, I'm telling you, you keep coming. But the problem is, Islam is a sniper too. So you make mistakes, you get sniped. So all of a sudden you're like, I'm just going to come in. Well, yeah, you just come in, you get nailed, so it's not as easy as that. But my advice would be just go blah blah blah. Keep putting pressure, put pressure, pressure. Because I mean, he's got incredible cardio, and even though, like you say, short notice, nah, trust me,
It's the same for both fighters because they both have to
yeah.
prepare for something else. I don't is there a magic to the 90 days? Unless I mean, if you have no injuries, is there a magic to the 90 days of a camp?
Look, if you're in great shape like him, he's always in shape in and out, and he mentally has nothing to lose. Sometimes just coming in fresh like he's doing, it's better than going into a 2-month camp where you're all beat up.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It just depends. If you do the camp perfectly, you come in super strong. Yeah, it doesn't equate. Usually, the person that's put in 2 good months is actually going to have the advantage. But what I'm saying in this case, there is no disadvantage for Volk, regardless,
He's fighting up in
because
weight. He's fighting up in weight. So his standard off fight schedule weight is probably not that far off. Probably easier than to fight at his top weight. I mean
yeah.
that's. But he was getting ready to go fight at his own weight class anyway, so he's probably staying in pretty good shape. I'm guessing, but that's
Yeah,
not really a thing.
he wins, man. He wins a lot of money. He wins a lot of money. He doesn't lose his title, and if he loses, he's already lost Islam already. So they'll just go, well, next time with the full training camp. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
If but that's okay. I mean, I'm just expecting that to happen. But just like I expect to win, But
yeah.
someone could ruin my party too and say, "Ha, there you go, overconfident." Well, I'm not overconfident because I know anything's possible.
Well, it's so many like the salty people come out. And we're like, whatever. This crowd brings it. We've been so complimentary of all their fighters that we get salt from their fans. It's kind of funny, in our comments on our videos. Sometimes I'm like, whatever, guys. It's like it's just a fight. Go enjoy it. Salt if you
Well,
want.
the bottom line is he's a great champion.
He is great. There's no
Two great
denying that
champions.
Alexander isn't great.
Two great champions are going to fight each other, and we'll see what happens. But let's see. Whatever happens after happens. But two great champions are fighting. It's done. It's set. I don't see it not happening, and I'm expecting to come up on top. But let's see.
The two fighters, like you've got back to my 90 days thing. This is what fans think, people think. Like he had a 3-month camp, so he's ready. The camp is like it gets you in good shape, but as a fighter, isn't it your profession to stay in shape year round most of the time, anyways? Unless neither one of them are like party guys. They don't have to like lure it back in from the vacation with Mai Tais.
The concept of having time to prepare is correct, because some people don't do shit. They don't. They stop training. They don't. But I'm just saying, in this case, Alex knows he can do 5 rounds, no problem. He's not going to have a problem doing 5 rounds, and he knows the opponent. He's faced them already, so that's not going to be a problem.
There's no relearning. You get memory in your mind from the last time out, right?
And he knows he can hurt him, and he can do damage because he did. So
yeah.
So he's got nothing but confidence going into this. Nothing to lose. Very dangerous. Makes him extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. So and Islam knows that. He knows that. But Islam doesn't want any. We're not going to say nothing. He wins. But he's not. But if he does, he does.
Right.
But again, Islam doesn't want to hear any on their side either.
Yeah, no more excuses. He get a wrath of he said, she said after the last fight. So we're here to watch that chapter be closed.
Well, we're not here for that. I mean,
no, I meant like I didn't mean to say us like we're in the fight. I'm saying like I'm not one of those guys. There's people that interview with teams and they're like, we, and I'm like, that's the last thing I want to come out of my mouth. It's them. What did you think about the quick change up to the other fight with Kamaru Usman stepping in with Hazmat? How's that look to you?
Well, that's interesting, because the one thing that Kamaru has is great wrestling, and Hamzat that's his forte. Hamzat's a better submission specialist, but I'm sure Kamaru's a better wrestler. Hamzat's a bigger guy. This one is one of those deals where I definitely don't favor Kamaru, because he's coming in kind of like one of those, I'm making a hefty payday, and the winner gets to fight Strickland for the title. That's big incentive, big incentive. So on this one here, Hamzat is potentially the same scenario as Islam. He's got a guy that's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
To lose.
I'm sure Hamzat's not worried about that. He's ready to go. He just moved to
Who
UAE.
knows what
UAE,
don't know him.
UAE. I mean, he moved to
Yeah.
UAE. He's now a citizen there or
Yeah.
something.
I don't know. I don't know his status. I don't know anything. I like him. I don't know what's his concerns. I don't know him like that. I met him. Hi, how you doing? Good luck. Blah. That's it. But I like him. But I don't. Other than that, I don't really know what he goes through his mind. Whether he doesn't give a damn or not. We don't give a damn. We don't care who it is. It could come fight time. It could be Gamrot, or it could be Benil. Who knows? It could be Gagey. We don't care. We don't care. He's a champion. He has to fight against whoever. That's it. That's his mentality. That's Khabib's mentality. And like Khabib said, if King Kong can make 150 fight, we fight him. That's the attitude. It's like, hey, whatever. Make 155, we'll fight whoever.
So that's Khabib's vibe overall. That's what you get. I mean, that kind of sums it. I was going to ask you, what does Khabib think? But that statement was made as well. And you could tell, does he seem like, okay, cool, different challenge, or what was his vibe on this?
Nah, he don't care. You're the champion. He says, you're the champion. You have to fight against everybody. Doesn't matter. I mean, come on. Khabib's career has been that way. Who's he fighting? Oh, he's fighting this guy. Oh, no, he's fighting this guy. Oh, no, he's fighting that guy. Khabib's up and down like that with who his opponents were. He never cared. He
did have that one fight. He had that one fight where Tony broke his leg, and then that fell out, and then the next fell out with Max Holloway, and then it finally ended up with Al. I mean, that was like three opponent changes in a week, right?
He's had more than that. He's had 3 opponent changes in a day.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Just give me an opponent. Just it. And that mentality carries over to his guys. They're the same. That's the right mentality. The champion mentality is, I'm ready to fight. If I'm supposed to be the best, I'm not afraid of nobody.
Yeah.
I'll fight whatever. Put him in there. Put him in there. Put him in there. Otherwise, you're not the best.
No,
in my opinion.
That's going to be pretty interesting, man. Well, I mean, UFC, there wasn't too much to see. There was a good fight at the end. There wasn't that big of a card. This card is going to rock. You've got so many people from Dagestan on this card. What other fights are you excited to see on the UFC card that's coming up?
I like to see Kamaru, and then Kamaru, and then Ankalaev is on this one too.
I think so. Yeah, I'll give you the quick break, because I know it's like so much to memorize all the time. This one's
that's okay. That's okay. You can say, but for me, I'm okay. I mean, we have one fighter from Team Khabib, Ikram. He's fighting on it. He'd be interesting to see him. He's very good. I saw him do some sparring. Very impressed.
Yeah, you've got it's Dagestan heavy on this one. Yeah, because right below that, Magomed Ankalaev is going to fight Johnny Walker. It's got a pretty wild style.
Yeah.
Elise Karov is fighting Warley Alves. That's who Ikram's fighting.
And Ikram's fighting Warley.
I don't know the relation, but Said Nurmagomedov is fighting Moin Gafurov.
Yeah, he's Dagestan.
And then Tim Elliott is fighting Mohamed Mokaev. So yeah, so there's a lot. There's a lot of, and it'll go on. It'll be another, person from Dagestan and so forth. So it's going to be a very, 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 very pumped up card. Looking forward to seeing this. So are you guys going over? You guys go to Abu Dhabi this week? You get ready for the fight
tomorrow.
Tomorrow
after training first, then we come back, pack up, and we go.
Well, Hav, I hope you get some sleep, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for
an
inside look at the camp, and have a good evening. I know it's late over there; it's bedtime, so hope you pass out.